Silk products and fabrics, though bearing premium price tags, are incredibly eco-friendly. As sustainable fashion trends gain momentum, silk has become the material of choice, driving the growth of silk production villages worldwide. The process of raising silkworms to harvest their precious silk requires specialized techniques and know-how. While not overly complicated, it demands careful attention to details and a wealth of experience to truly master and produce the highest quality silk threads. To witness these wondrous processes firsthand, we invite you to join us on a journey to some of the preeminent silkworm rearing facilities across the globe. Discover the meticulous work of farmers cultivating millions of these fascinating creatures solely for their silk. Let's explore together the intricate ways farmers raise silkworms to transform wriggly worms into sumptuous silk. Silkworm rearing is a crucial agricultural industry in many countries. The silk production powerhouses of India and China account for a staggering over 60% of the total global output. Additionally, in Vietnam, the cultivation of mulberry, the silkworm's food source, and silkworm rearing are extremely developed and vital industries. The process of raising silkworms for their silk fibers involves numerous distinct phases and stages. Successful implementation requires diligent learning and years of hands-on experience to attain the highest quality silk threads. Silkworm rearing itself is a critical juncture, as the environment and conditions directly impact the caliber of the silk fibers obtained. Silkworms thrive optimally in cool temperatures between 20–30 degrees Celsius. The quality of their silk fibers depends greatly on their habitat. If raised below 20 degrees Celsius or above 30 degrees Celsius, the silkworms will produce silk of inferior quality. Therefore, spring and autumn, the mildest seasons, are considered the prime times for raising silkworms. Each silkworm undergoes for molting cycles, shedding their exoskeleton as they grow. The period when they actively spin and release their silk typically spans 25 to 30 days from the initial cultivation stage. As the silkworms approach maturity over 3 to 4 days, they begin the pupation process of cocooning themselves. It is at this critical stage that farmers meticulously remove and collect the freshly spun cocoons, carefully sorting the high-quality cocoons from any imperfect or damaged ones. Once the ripe silkworms have been harvested along with their cocoons, the remaining silkworm litter and waste is gathered for use as compost. In the intricate process of silkworm rearing, the food source is an utmost priority for farmers. The sole food for silkworms is fresh mulberry leaves, and cultivating the optimal leaf variety for each specific silkworm breed is essential. Leaves are chosen for their rich resin content and vibrant dark green hue, indicators of the nutrients necessary for proper silkworm development and quality silk fiber production. Before feeding time, the mulberry leaves must be carefully chopped into smaller pieces. Silkworms are only fed when awake and active, with all feeding halted 2 days prior to each molting cycle when they enter a rest period. However, immediately after molting, their voracious appetites return, and farmers provide them with significantly larger quantities of leaves, as this is the crucial stage when silkworms build up energy reserves for silk production. When a silkworm's body appears smooth, glossy, and turns a translucent yellow, it signals the worm is ready to seek out a suitable spot to begin expelling its silk. Silkworms construct their cocoons by spinning silk fibers from the outside inwards in a continuous motion. This silk releasing process typically lasts between 3 to 8 days. Silkworms possess a specialized salivary gland that secretes a liquid protein solution. When this fluid exits the gland and meets the air, it rapidly solidifies into shiny, gossamer silk strands. The silkworm first emits the outer layers of silk, gradually wriggling inwards, while continuously releasing more silk to fully envelop itself in the signature oval cocoon shape. To extract the immensely valuable raw silk fibers from the cocoons, they are first submerged in large vats of boiling water and stirred until they rise to the surface. As the silken cocoon layers begin to peel and loosen, workers deftly locate and pull out the end of the silk strand buried within. This delicate filament is then carefully wound onto a horizontal reel suspended over the hot water vat, slowly extracting and collecting the incredibly long silk fiber that had been spun in an unbroken thread to form the cocoon structure. These raw silk fibers straight from the cocoons are the prized material that will be spun into threads and woven into the world's most luxurious silk fabrics. And so concludes our exploration into the fascinating journey of how farmers raise millions of silkworms and painstakingly harvest their cocoons to obtain the treasured silk fibers. Thank you for joining us on this insightful look into a process steeped in ancient tradition and artistry. Please share your thoughts on this inside peek into the silk cultivation world. And don't forget to like, share this video, and subscribe for more engaging content. Goodbye for now. See you in the next videos.